You knew him from Saturday morning cartoons, the guy who turned blue in the sun, the man who built an army of outlaws from nothing, the one villain even Cobra Commander feared. His name, Zartan, master of disguise, man of 1,000 faces. But nobody told you the truth. Not even Zartan knew who he really was. His origin story was buried in a comic book most G.I. Joe fans have never read. That changes right now. Las Vegas. A man running for his life through a casino crowd. Agents on his tail. He fights his way out, disappears, and then wakes up beaten and bloody on a private jet, surrounded by men from a nation called Rusnia. They call him Raymond Hoffman. Then, Amaury Sanderson. He says nothing, because every name they call him is just another mask, and none of them are really him. To find out who this man is, we have to go back 17 years. Florida, a house in the suburbs that looks normal from the outside. Inside, it's anything but. The father, Zeke, is a movie mask sculptor. Talented, stressed, and angry. He snaps at his kids. He drinks. He misses deadlines. The mother, Melanie, a French actress more focused on her next audition than her family. Their young son watches it all, quietly, absorbing every detail. That boy is already different. His mother knows it. She forces medication on him, a prescription for a condition that's never fully named. But he throws the pills away. He doesn't want to be medicated into normal. Maybe because normal in that house looks like two people screaming at each other while he watches from the stairs. Here's where it gets dark. Zeke owes money, real money, to the wrong kind of people. A man named Frank calls, "Time's up," and instead of running, Zeke decides to handle it himself. He arms up, drives to the motel. His wife is begging him not to go. He shoves her off and drives away. The kids are outside when it happens. A massive explosion. The house gone. Mom and Dad gone. Just like that. And that boy on the sidewalk watching the fireball consume everything he ever knew. His name doesn't matter yet, because after this moment, names stop meaning anything to him. 2 years later, Our Lady of Valor Orphanage. A boy is running like something inside him finally snapped. His sister yells after him, his friends call his name, but this kid, he's already gone. He jumps a creek, disappears into the tree line, and makes one thing crystal clear with every step. No one will find me. Cut to a nun delivering news that no child should ever hear. Something very bad has happened concerning your older brother. The younger kids fall apart. They beg her to find him, and she promises, the way adults always promise things they can't control, be strong, have faith. Months pass. The sisters finally find the kids a home, new parents, moving to London. It's not perfect, nothing ever is, but it's something, a chance. And somewhere out there, their older brother is still running. Now meet Mike, a quiet kid, sharp eyes, always drawing instead of rolling the dice during their D&D session. His friend Tim wants more players, more chaos. Mike just wants to create characters, backstories, whole worlds. He gets bored playing the same guy. Sound familiar? Here's where it gets interesting. When Tim leaves for the bathroom, Mike opens the fridge. He takes one grape soda. Fair enough, Tim said, help yourself. But then he takes another, then an apple, then a juice box. Then his hand drifts toward the purse sitting on the counter. This isn't a hungry kid stealing snacks. This is a pattern. $50, 3 credit cards, quietly pocketed. And the scariest part? He's not panicking. He's calm, smiling even, like it's a game. Tim comes back. Mike makes an excuse. Gotta go, gotta babysit, and slips out the door. Tim calls after him, when am I ever gonna see your place? We've been friends a month and I've never been there. Mike just rides away on his bike. You weirdo. Here's the thing. Mike doesn't have a place. Not really. He's been living above a forger's shop. A bald, tattooed con man named Vince who makes fake IDs and runs small-time scams. In exchange for a roof, Mike runs errands, deliveries. packages he's told not to ask about. And he's been watching and learning every trick, every angle, every con. 2 years later, Vince's office, destroyed, turned upside down. The damn kid took it all. Mike, whoever he really is, cleaned him out. Everything. The cash, the cards, the contacts. And the punchline? He left behind a giant fake ID prop, totally useless now, just to remind Vince what a fool he'd been. His partner Jim sees it for what it is. What did you expect, Vince? It's been 2 years. You didn't think the kid was watching and learning? Fort Benning, Georgia. Reception center. The same kid, older now, harder, is standing in line at the Army barbershop. The sergeant sizes him up. Luke McKinney. That name Irish or Scottish? Scotch-Irish. Hope you're cut out for this, kid. I know you're 18, but you barely look old enough for a driver's license. The kid looks straight at him, dead calm. Don't worry about me. I'm a survivor. The sergeant smiles. He's heard that one before. Yeah, I've heard that. Good luck, kid. Welcome to the United States Army. 5 years later, Rusnia. That's where we find him, or whoever he's become now. He's being escorted by soldiers to a general named Moskin. And he's not there as a prisoner. He's there as a seller. He's got information, the delivery route, guard positions, nuclear weapons being transported from Berlin to the Force de Frappe headquarters, and the activation codes, if the price is right. He calls himself Amaury Sanderson now. But selling secrets to Rusnia is only half the job. And while all that's happening in Rusnia, he's already running a second con on the other side of Europe. Because somewhere in France, he's already inside the military's most classified genetic research program, posing as the test subject for an experiment that could, quote, make France the world's military superpower, a super soldier, an Uberman. And the French don't know their soldier is an American. And the Americans don't know their soldier is selling their secrets. And Rusnia doesn't know they're being played. Nobody knows who this man really is. Dr. Blinken-Smythe runs the psychological evaluation. Calm office. Paris skyline through the window. Eiffel Tower in the background. Just try to relax, John. The soldier, going by John now, fidgets. He wants to do this. For his country, he says, but he can't help being terrified. The doctor reassures him. Tells him he's not the first soldier to face stresses like these. French, English, American. They all go through it. And then he leans in and says something that sends a chill through the room. But I can say that I'm the only one who has gone through an experiment of this kind. John pauses. Come again? A dart. In the neck. Sweet dreams, mate. Dr. Blinken-Smythe isn't a doctor. He's the same man we've been following. Now wearing yet another face, he grabs his weapon, forces the scientists into a corner, downloads all the research data onto a single device, sets the explosives. Now, my imposter friend. The ball is in your court. Gas floods the facility. Soldiers scramble. The patient, the real Gene, is gone. Outside, a car waiting. Our man, gas mask on, hands over the data. Did you get it? All the info's right here in my pocket. Explosives set? Of course. Car ready? Yes, yes, yes. Do it. The building goes up in a fireball. The car screams away into the night. From inside, this is the bloomin' life. Now, back to the beginning. Back to the plane. Back to the man tied up, bleeding, being interrogated by Rusnian agents who tracked him down. They know his real name isn't Sanderson. They know it isn't Amaury. They might even know it isn't Luke McKinney. But what they don't know, what nobody fully knows, is how deep the lie goes. He laughs through the blood. You still call that place a country? It's a glorified cartel dictatorship now. One of the agents puts his face inches away. You are a man of many faces, but you have no loyalty except to yourself. And here's where it gets insane. Beaten, tied up, on a private jet surrounded by armed men, he still wins. A hidden blade, a desperate move. The agent goes down screaming. He's on his feet. He's fighting. He's escaping. Mid-flight, on a plane, outnumbered, and all they can do is yell, "Stop him! Don't move!" The last page cuts on a cliffhanger. The fight isn't over. And that, my friends, is the man who would become Zartan. Not born evil, not created in a lab. Built, piece by piece. If you grew up watching G.I. Joe, and you never knew this story existed, drop a comment below. Tell me which version of Zartan you grew up with. The cartoon, the toys, or the comics. And if you want more dark lore from the characters that defined your childhood, this channel is your verdict. Subscribe.